Good day everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a Q&A. Hopefully you might benefit from something from this. I get asked a lot of questions, so I just thought I'd put it into one video and hopefully I'll be able to answer it for you. So let's see how we do. So this is probably one of the most common questions I get asked, and that is this your full-time job? Answer to that is no. It would be really good if this was my full-time job, maybe in the future, but it'll be some years yet before I get there. I do have a full-time job, so trying to do this at the same time can be quite stressful, but people seem to enjoy me making the videos, and that's what makes me come back. How do you get permission to shoot on somebody's land? Unfortunately, you've got to put the legwork in. It takes a long time to build trust with farmers, and if you're trying to get your very first permission, take it as you've got to go door knocking on farmers, landowners, small holdings, horse stables, places like that. Look for a problem, such as you could see crows on top of the sheds, or you might drive past a field full of rabbits. Find out who the landowner is, go and knock on the door, be polite. 99% of the time you're going to get rejected. You just have to accept that, but you've got to be persistent, really persistent. Eventually, that 1% where they accept you and say, yeah, go on, you can go and control some rabbits or pigeons or whatever, and rats, you've got your foot in the door then. What you've got to do then is be respectful and reliable to that landowner. They've given you trust to go onto their land, their property. So you are the security as well. So not just controlling pest, you are also looking out for bad things going on and maybe people who shouldn't be there. But that's pretty much how you get permission. You've got to be persistent, be reliable, be polite. You've just got to keep trying. It's soul destroying at first, but if you get that first permission, then your foot's in the door. Why do you talk so much in your videos? I get this all the time. Every time I post a video, I get people in the comments saying, oh, just stop talking, I just want to see the shooting. Yeah, fine, if you want to see that, there's plenty of videos with just scope cam footage. But for me, I think mine is more of, you join me at the beginning of a hunt, I then go out and I'm talking about how it's going. If I do a bad shot, I then explain what happened. But I just generally talking as the hunt is going that morning or that afternoon, and as we go into the evening, and generally giving a bit of a story of the whole hunt. And then at the end of the hunt, I'll give a little bit of a conclusion about how it went. And then it's kind of just a story. But for me, scope cam footage is just not for me. I find it really boring. Why do you make YouTube videos? Well, generally when I'm older and I'm not able to do this anymore because I won't be physically able to, I'll actually have some good memories. Plus, I really enjoy people watching them and getting some kind of kick out of it. And I really enjoy seeing the comments in the comment section and replying to as many as I can. And that's why I make these YouTube videos. So I get a bit of a thrill out of it. Do you bait any areas when you're going rat shooting? Generally, no. I have tried it, I haven't really had too much success. Generally, the rats are going to come out no matter what. You just got to be patient. As long as you've got a thermal binocular, that really does help. You can get cheap ones now. As long as you've got a thermal binocular, just wait for them to come out. You can just stay pretty still, about 15 yards, and they will come out. So no, I don't really bait anywhere for rats. Why do you use the Zulus over any other scope? Pretty much for the price that you're paying, you're getting a hell of a scope. And that's pretty much showing, because now that people are buying them, they're realizing that it's not just, let's say, a sponsored person trying to promote a product. The proof is in the pudding from the people who are actually buying it and then giving out their own opinions on it. And you can see that all over Facebook and YouTube. They are a fantastic scope. I used to have a Hick Alpex. Well, I still do have the Alpex, which is absolutely fantastic scope. I'll probably say the Alpex is a little bit easier on the eye because the eyepiece is a bit bigger. You get a slightly clearer picture, I think, at night as well. But I prefer to use the Zulus, and the reason for that is because it's lightweight. It's so compact. The Alpex weighs a ton. I really do enjoy using that Zulus. I've got 4. That's how much I enjoy using it. So that's why I use it. And somebody else mentioned about an ATN 4K. Why don't you use that? I've never been interested in ATN. They just seem really cheap to me. They just don't appeal to me. So No, not the ATN. Arcanzulis for me, if you like the Hicalpex, brilliant scope as well. But for me, the weight on that Arcanzulis and the support as well, you get fantastic support. So Arcan are constantly trying to improve it, they're updating it, the app works fantastic, the way you can send all your data, your ballistic table to the scope, and it just works fantastic. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with the Zulus. Do you eat what you shoot? Yes, I do eat what I shoot. Not all of it. There's generally rabbits that I shoot and the squirrels. I'm not the biggest fan of the taste, but I will put squirrels into a stew, just a nice slow cooked meal. And the rabbits I give to my neighbour. I'm not the biggest fan really of the taste, but I don't want to waste them, so my neighbours actually take quite a lot of the rabbits that I shoot. Would you use a lightweight slug or a heavy pellet in a sub 12 air gun? Generally for sub 12 I would use a heavy pellet. That's only because in a sub 12 it's just, there's that much trajectory, that much loop, and they're a bit more barrel fussy. You can't beat a pellet for accuracy at close range distance. So for sub 12 I would always use a pellet. Yes, I have tried slugs in sub 12 before, and I have had good results. I've done it ratting before, but just for sheer accuracy I would always go for pellets. They're just much easier to shoot. How do you deal with negative comments? Negative comments, I love getting negative comments. I think they're hilarious. Now there's other people on YouTube who, when they get a negative comment, they'll just delete it so it's not seen. Then all you see is just positive comments all the way down in the comment section. Other people get a little bit affected by it. They really take it to heart. Now if you are having a YouTube channel, you can't be doing that. Now I've learned that over the years, where you've just got to accept it. They've just got nothing good to say. And sometimes the regular commenters, I don't even ban them. I love it when they comment. It's hilarious. So I either give them a big speech of, just explain the reason why I'm shooting a particular animal, such as a squirrel, because it's all nice and cute, or I'll just reply in a really sarcastic manner, because that really starts getting them going. But I think it's hilarious. Do you get paid from landowners? No, I don't get paid a single penny. It's a mutual thing. So I go on their land, I control pests, and I get a place to shoot. Whereas the farmers, they're getting free pest control, and they're actually getting a little bit of security as well at the same time. So no, I don't get paid to shoot on their land. How much do you get paid from YouTube? Well, that's a very, very personal question, so I'm not going to answer it. But what I will say is it's not enough for me to quit my job. I do get a little bit of money from YouTube, and that money that I do get, you've probably seen over the last couple of years how I probably say my channel has improved. You see me with better equipment. I've got new cameras, I've got new torches on the camera. I've got new microphones right here, which makes a massive difference. I'm still trying to understand how a lot of things work. I have new lighting equipment. I even bought a couple of new rifles, a new thermal monocular. So everything that I'm being paid from YouTube, even though it's not enough for me to quit my job, it's actually going back into the channel. That way, you're going to get a better viewing experience. What is the total cost of all the equipment that you use? Well, again, that's very, very personal, and this is a hobby as well for me. So if you enjoy your hobby, you will spend money where you can. And like I've just said, I like to put it back into the channel, because I do have lots of other cameras. I've got several GoPros, so when I'm shooting squirrels, you see that I've got different cameras up. I've got remote controls to control the cameras. It can be expensive, but I guess that's just the way I make my videos for my channel. What is the worst piece of a kit you've ever bought for your shooting? I would probably say some night vision binoculars, which I bought quite a few years ago. They're just terrible. It's just, yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. They're just terrible. It's just a great big massive thing like that. It lights up everything across your face, and it has a tiny screen in the middle. I can't remember the brand name, but no, it was just some night vision binoculars. They weren't the best. They were a bit of a waste of money, really. What is the capital of Uruguay? Well, Roger, it is Montevideo. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Roger, you're an idiot. It's not going to improve your shooting knowing that. This next question mainly comes from the USA, and that is, if the UK is so strict on gun laws, why have you got silencers on every rifle that you own? That's a strange one, because this is where the UK actually beats America on the gun laws. Whereas, I don't know all the rules and in all the states in the US. However, in the UK, they encourage silencers. So if you are applying for your firearms license, they will encourage you to have a silencer. They prefer it that you don't go out without one. Generally because you're trying to keep the public happy by keeping the noise down. And yeah, they are relatively easy to get. I've probably got more silencers than rifles. Why are there no Springer powered air guns in your videos? Well, because I have PCPs. And whether you like it or not, PCP is so much better on every level. The only thing that I will give a Springer is obviously low maintenance. That's it. That's all it's good for. The loud, the clunky, the one shot, it's very outdated technology. You can't really improve it. If you shoot above 12 pound with a Springer, it's massive recoil. It's just, yeah, there's nothing good for it. PCP, multi-shot, quiet. It's, yeah, they're just a much better rifle. For what I'm doing pest control, if I'm shooting rats and rabbits, I don't want to be shooting one shot, clunk, bang. It's just not worth it. They really, yeah, it's an outdated type of air rifle. They still have your uses, I'll grant you that, but no, PCP all the way, so much better. You'll never see a Springer on this channel. Sorry guys. And the age-old question, 177 or 22? That is a question that I can't answer, mainly because I have a 177 in sub 12 and a 22 in sub 12. However, overall, I would probably pick the 177. Again, this is going to be personal preference. There's going to be people out there who will prefer the 22, and dare I say it, old people. They prefer 22 because that's all they've ever used. I encourage you to try a 177 in sub 12. You hit them in the head, they're going down. Keep your distances reasonable. Within, maybe 50 yards is generally max that I shoot. And yeah, 177, it's so flat when you shoot. 22, it's traveling so slow, it's just like that. Yeah. Personal preference, for me, 177. This one is more from the aunties who watch a video and don't understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. That is, why are you shooting rabbits or squirrels? They're really cute. It's done nothing to you. Well, simple reason for that is they cause a lot of damage. People are so oblivious to the damage that they do. I'm not going to start explaining that because as you are generally all hunters, you'll understand that. But the squirrels, they decimate the songbird population. Bad for the native red squirrel, they strip bark off trees. Rabbits cause a lot of damage for the ground. Dangerous for horses which are on there, things like that. Plus you can eat all this, so yeah, that's why we shoot them. Out of all the rifles you've ever owned, which one is your favourite? Now if you follow my channel for quite a while, you've seen me go through different rifles. Some have been, they've gone now, they've been sold. Might not have got along with them, or they weren't fit for my purpose. My favourite rifle that I've ever owned in my life has got to be my Air Arms S510. That is because it's now probably the oldest sibling on my channel. It's been reliable, it's quiet, it's probably the most accurate rifle. I know it's only sub 12, but yeah, it produces the smallest groups. It's in a GRS stock, so it is a bit more of a unique looking rifle. It is a little bit heavy, but it's really simple to use. It's really nice, really enjoy using it, and it's accounted for a lot of kills. How did you get into hunting and pest control? Well, quite a while ago I was in the army, and that's where I met Lofty. Now Lofty appears on my channel every now and then. He comes and helps me control some rats, and from that, yeah, we both enjoy shooting. We both went on tour together. We went to Iraq. We're both infantry soldiers, so we're front line. I came out, Lofty stayed in and did a tour of Afghanistan, so he's actually a sniper. And when I came out, I thought, well, what can I do now? I can't shoot anymore. And then a few years passed after that, and then I went and got an air rifle. I've had rifles before, But this one I wanted my first PCP, so I got myself my first PCP, which is a BSA Scorpion SE. That was in 2.2 actually. And yeah, nice rifle, and that's where just slowly, it kind of just started from there. I remember, I shot my first pigeon in the garden many years ago, and yeah, it kind of slowly progressed from there. And that's pretty much how I got into hunting and pest control. Plus I like the fact that I'm out in the open, nobody around, I'm just walking around with my rifle or a rifle, and it's just the environment which I like to be in. It's out in the countryside, nobody around. Yeah, and that was a thrill for me. That's how I got into hunting and pest control. On to the last question now, and this is going to be a question which has been getting asked for the last couple of years. I've been reluctant to do it, and it is going to be a little bit of a plug, and that is merchandise. People kept asking for merchandise, and I was embarrassed by it, because I thought, why does anyone want to buy my merchandise? As you can see, I've got the Lanx Vermin Control beanie hat on, and it's only recently that I've started doing it. So you can probably see just underneath this video, you'll see the different products just underneath. There's like beanies and mugs and t-shirts and hoodies, and there's all sorts and all different colours and sizes and everything. So it was just, I just thought I'd give it a try. So it's just underneath this video. I'll put a link in the video description as well if you're interested. And like I said, I felt a bit embarrassed doing it, but now that I've done it, I've had a few beanies sold, a couple of mugs. So yeah, it is what it is. If people want to buy some more merchandise, that's fine. I make about $1 per sale, so it's, I'm not exactly going to be creaming it in. Just in case you're interested, and this is just a little plug just at the end, just to be a little bit cheeky. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this whole video. I'm hoping I've answered some of your questions, and yeah, if you want to support me more, you can actually go on to my Patreon, link in the video description. I won't say any more. If you enjoyed this Q&A session, please leave some more comments, and I might do another one in the future. Cheers guys.